morning. My name is Jillian Choquette,
My name is Colin Clifford.
and we are with the Orange Keys. And today we will be interviewing Miss Melissa Fadler, Associate Director of Recreational Sports. Today we're going to ask you a few questions about recreational sports as well as your position with rec sports. So to begin, what is your position with recreational sports?
Well, as an associate director, I help all of the different programming areas within recreational sports. You know, we have 9 different programming areas within the department. And so my primary position is to help them market and communicate about their programs. And so I do marketing, promotions, special events, web, technology, that kind of thing with our department. So
Wonderful. So what actions are being made in marketing to reach the students of Sam Houston, and where should students look for this information?
The biggest thing is to download our app. We do have an app on the App Store, the Apple App Store, as well as Google Play. The Rec Sports app, you can actually use that to scan to get into the building, to get into the rec center, or you can register for programs. You can look up the fitness classes and the schedules online on the app. That's really where you're going to see the most up-to-date information. Also our website, of course, recsports.shsu.edu. But we also do a lot of communication through things like Blackboard and email also. So if you're checking your SAM email, you will get updates. But if you're not doing that, make sure you download the app, because that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information.
With your knowledge of the rec sports departments, how are the departments adapting to the COVID-19 pandemic? Like, how is the gym working things around to fit with COVID-19 regulations?
Yeah, we've had to do a lot of modifications, obviously, for gyms. You know, for a long time, the gyms were shut down all across the state. So now we can open with 50% capacity. So we can allow up to 30 people in the weight room at a time. And so obviously we've done our best. On the website, you can actually click and look and see how full the weight room is, so that you can kind of determine how busy or if there's going to be a line to wait. We've spread out our equipment, and we also have to alternate equipment so we can make sure to maximize social distancing while people are working out. A lot of our fitness classes and things like that are offered online. So you can stream our classes online, or you can come in and reserve a spot in one of our classes. So like our cycling classes, obviously, unless you have a spin bike at home, which not everybody does, you will have to reserve a spot. But you can reserve a spot up to 7 days in advance through the app or on the website to take those fitness classes in person. And so a lot of our classes actually have been pretty full, which has been great. But we also, want to make sure that everybody is still social distancing and making sure that we're as safe as possible whenever we're doing those classes.
What about things about the basketball courts, the racquetball courts, and the pool?
Yeah, the pool is actually closed right now for construction. We, over the summer, we completely redid the entire underside pump gutter system. And so they've been replacing the pump. And so that should open again in the spring, in around February. But then as far as the gyms, there's no one-on-one or, group team basketball, obviously, because of social distancing, but you can bring your own equipment. You can bring your own ball, and you can, shoot around if you want to. But that's really what we've had to do to make sure that we've social distanced within the basketball courts as well. Racquetball, you would still have to bring your own equipment. Okay. But you can do that, but it's maximum of 2 people in there at a time.
And then back to the fitness classes, are they free this semester, or do you have to RSVP as well as pay?
Yeah, the climbing wall and the fitness classes are both free. You can come and you can, just sign up, and it's part of your membership this semester at the rec center. So I think, hopefully we can continue that, but we'll have to see. It all depends on how we are able to pay our instructors and things like that. But we've made that provision this semester at least. But it's going well. I like it. Our numbers are up, and the biggest thing is to make sure that we get as many students as possible taking care of their health and wellness while we're here on campus. So, that is our mission. That's what we want to do. And so the more students we can involve in that, the better. And so I'm encouraged by that.
Yes, ma'am. So along with that, with fitness, climbing wall, what about intramurals?
Yeah, intramural sports is always free to participate. We have done a lot of esports, and so we have a lot of esports tournaments that we are offering. We also have a GroupMe, basically a GroupMe chat that they're doing pop-up games. So periodically they'll just have, hey, who wants to play League of Legends? And then they'll all get together and play. But we've got a lot, pretty much every week we've got some sort of tournament. And then if we've got any kind of in-person tournaments, they are all social distance. So things like bowling, billiards, cornhole, washers, horseshoes, things that we can do that still have some competition but allow for social distancing. And so we've done, I think, a really good job. When we talk to other schools across the state, we're offering a lot more even than most places. So we're able to do that, which is great.
So would the registration for those single player games still be through the IM leagues?
The regularly scheduled things are through IM leagues. And so you would go either through the app or to IM leagues or the website to be able to register for those. But the pop-up ones, there's actually a GroupMe. If you contact the intramurals, if you're registered for any of their programs, they have been sending that out so that you can join the Rec Sports GroupMe. And then that's how those pop-up games are being relayed to everyone.
Okay, awesome. When talking to students, what would you say that you're allowed to do at the university camp? What goes on at the university camp?
The university camp, of course, that's where we host Bearcat Camp. So if you've had a chance to participate in Bearcat Camp, if you were lucky enough to do that, that's where that is. But right now, actually, university camp is open for reservations. So if you've got a student group or a club that you want to do, we do make accommodations for social distancing out there. So the camp is able to be reserved. So you can use the high ropes course or the dining hall. We have a fire pit out there and an amphitheater. There's all kinds of outdoor gathering spaces. And as you know, during COVID, outdoor activities is even more important now than it was before, because that's, pretty much the easiest and most safe way to social distance and have outdoor gatherings. So that is an option for students and student groups to be able to go out there.
Okay, and where can they find the reservation forms to sign up?
If they go to the website and click on facilities and then university camp, that's where you can reserve the university camp information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So currently I am aware that club sports is not happening, but do you have any information for the spring semester?
Yeah, the clubs have actually been instructed to come up with their return to play, and some are actually gathering and able to either practice or whatever. A lot of the governing bodies, the national governing bodies of those sports have, either said there are no competitions or whatever, but a lot of our clubs, once they have a return to play plan and that it's been vetted through, either legal or our facilities people, they are able to actually practice and gather and things like that. They just have to follow all the safety protocols that are in place to make sure that, that they're doing what they need to do to be safe and be well. So hopefully in the spring, some of that, obviously we still don't know with COVID, what exactly is going to happen, if there's going to be a vaccine or if there's not, or anything like that. So we just need to make sure that we're still as safe as possible. And that's up to those clubs and student organizations to be able to do that with our guidance. So.
Awesome. The next thing we're going to talk about is student employment at the rec center. What are the rec sports departments doing or providing, assisting with for their staff?
Yeah, I mean, we are always hiring in different programming areas. So if you're interested in outdoors, we're hiring for outdoor climbing attendants, things like that. I know that especially with our fitness classes, we are looking for fitness instructors. So if you've been a fitness instructor or that's something that you're interested in doing, we are having auditions periodically. If you go to the website, you can sign up for auditions to be able to do that. And then we will help train you to teach those different formats. And obviously, that we're doing a lot of live streaming and recording and Zoom meetings and things like that to be able to get those classes out there. So yeah, I mean, we are still one of the largest employers on campus. So you just have to go to our website and fill out the information form. And then if that particular programming area is hiring or needs staff, they will contact you.
Awesome. And the website you're talking about, it's Handshake, right? It just switched from Jobs for Cats.
Yeah, they can apply on Handshake for the immediate positions, but also we have on the regular Rec Sports website, we have an intake form so that they can just say, whether they're interested. And so if we need people in a particular area, then we go back, we keep those on file and see. So if, for instance, in marketing, if I am in need of a graphic artist, which I'm not right now because I've got a great staff that's full right now. But as far as that goes, if say I had an opening, I could go back to those interest forums and I could contact the people that have indicated an interest in that area. So that's kind of how we do it. And then we invite them to apply on Handshake if there is an open position. They could do either or, basically.
Do you possibly have any information on the Coliseum and any other events that might be occurring this semester?
Right now there's not a whole lot because obviously intercollegiate athletics has stopped doing some of their stuff, but I do know that they're gearing up for basketball. I don't know exactly what that is going to entail. And then of course they've said that volleyball and some of the other sports will start up again in the spring along with football. But as far as the Coliseum goes, like right now, there's not a whole lot planned in there because we just can't gather as best we can. We do still host like the practices and things like that for the intercollegiate athletes. But yeah, right now there's still not much going on in there.
Awesome. All right. I think that's all the questions we have. Ms. Fadler, is there any information you would like to share with the Bearcats?
Yes, actually. So we mentioned the online and virtual activity classes that we have. We have partnered, and we did this over the summer, but they have just relaunched it again. It's the 2020 Recreation Movement. So we have partnered with over 100 different universities to live stream their fitness classes for free to our students. So all you have to do is sign in with your SAM ID, and then you have access to live classes. So there's over 80 live classes per day. So if you wanted to take yoga from Stanford, you could do that. Or if you want to, Stanford, Penn State, Ohio State, there's all these different schools that are offering in addition to what we offer. So we've got our classes that we're offering, and we offer them on that platform as well, because we're contributing those classes too. But all of those different universities are also offering different live streaming and on-demand platforms. So classes that we might not be able to offer, other schools are. And so that is something that we're doing to still, be able to offer as much as possible in a virtual space for our students. Part of that also, starting October 1, we're doing an incentive program. So if you log your active minutes, we have 3 tiers. So, and it's going to go from October to the end of November. If you log your active minutes on the site, you can earn the first tier if you go and do a nutrition education session with our dietitian and log 450 minutes, which is basically we want you to have at least 30 minutes 5 times a week, right? So if you do 2 weeks of that, that's 450 minutes. Roughly, if I did the math right, I don't know if I did, but I know 450 minutes. Plus our nutrition, you will get a lunch bag. So we've got a Rec Sports lunch bag that you'll get. And then 900 minutes for the month of October. We'll get you a t-shirt. And then we have Arctic water bottles for 1,800 minutes. So if you really do your 30 minutes of activity a day, like we're supposed to, and you log that on the Recreation Movement website, we track that and we will contact you and you can pick up your incentive stuff. So we're really hoping to get as many people to participate in that as we can, because we want everybody to be active. The statistics showed that because of COVID, a lot of people got a lot less active. And so just anything will count, right? It doesn't have to be one of our classes. It could be, you know, just any kind of activity outside of your normal day. So, you know, if you walk your dog, or if you, you know, go for a run outside with some friends, or do, you know, play some pickup volleyball out on the sand courts or anything like that, social distancing, of course. You know, you can log that in the Recreation Movement website and that will all count. So we just want people to be active and not just sitting inside at home, you know, because it is helpful to you, even for your academic work and your brain power, to be able to have activity and to do that. So we want to encourage that. So that's going to launch this week. So an email will go out to everybody here in the next day or so, talking about that, but I wanted to also talk about it on this platform.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions we have. So me and Jillian and I would just like to thank you for coming and interviewing with us today.
Sure.
So, yeah.
My pleasure. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.